I'm Erica Ridley, and welcome to another historical romance unboxing. Today, we have a gorgeous present from Sandra Sookoo. Look at this cute flower! I adore it! This is great tissue paper. The ribbon is a nice touch, but the flower definitely does it. Love it. Let's open it and see what's inside. Let's read. Chapter 1. Late September 1820. London, England. Oh, bloody hell! Miles Lawrence Hawkins, 5th Earl of Archewyne, cocked his head at the muffled exclamation made by an as yet unidentified female. He paused in the hallway, directly between his study and the library on the ground floor of his Mayfair townhouse. Frantic shuffling of objects being dropped or moved behind the library door met his ears next, and he frowned. Why was anyone on this level of the house and at this time of the evening, especially when all invited guests should be mingling and flirting in the drawing room or playing cards on the floor above? Even more especially since dinner would be served within the next quarter hour on that same level. He glanced back down the passageway toward the blue parlor and garden. Only one wall sconce had been lit, and even then its illumination didn't reach this section of the corridor. The anemic light didn't help in this situation, for no one was scheduled to be here at this time. Common intruder, or someone more vile? In his line of work, one could never tell. He took a step toward the library door when another utterance halted his progress. No, don't you fall, don't you! Something thudded with a dull crash, and the owner of that dulcet voice cursed in, was that Arabic? His eyebrows soared toward his hairline as a reluctant grin curved his mouth. He hadn't heard scraps of that lyrical language since his youth. What the devil occurred behind that closed door, and why did he feel the sudden need to meet the owner of that voice? He strode towards said portal and laid his gloved fingers on the brass handle, then quickly pressed the metal and shoved the door open. Though the large, bookshelf-lined room lay mostly in darkness, the soft glow from a single candle provided enough illumination for him to discern his unexpected visitor had been busy during her time there. Books were scattered over the floor, bric-a-brac and Egyptian antiquities had been taken from the shelves, and now rested in rough piles in and out of the golden puddle of candlelight, while a 4-foot statue of Anubis, the Egyptian god of the dead, had toppled from its perch on a marble pedestal in the corner near a cluster of potted palms. The tip of his onyx nose had broken off. Presumably the statue was what had fallen to the lady's dismay. And, frozen nearby, with an expression of surprise on her oval face, was a woman of indeterminate years. The dim light prohibited him from seeing her clearly, but there was no hiding the sheaf of age-yellowed paper rolled in her pale hand. Her midnight black hair gleamed in the candle's glow, while her eyes widened as she caught sight of him. "Bugger it!" Shoving the paper into the emerald-green reticule attached to her slim wrist, she inched around the perimeter of the library. "Well, I should go now." A good several inches shorter than his 5'11" self, she possessed flawless milky skin and eyes that flashed green in the fleeting moment she glanced directly at him. The eyes were familiar. Miles gawked at her for all the seconds he was afforded until she approached a low table, bent, then extinguished the candle with a soft exhalation. Darkness flooded the room, but the rustle of her satin skirts alerted him to her direction, and he moved in the same. The hard rush of his pulse through his temples kept time to his footfalls. "Who are you?" There were so many other questions hovering on the tip of his tongue, but this one trumped them all for the moment. "Oh, that's not important." Urgency rang in her voice. For what? "I'll wager it is." He had no idea if she was an invited guest or even what her purpose was in invading his private rooms, but he'd damn well find out. The fact that she'd broken the Anubis was beside the point. It was merely a copy and could easily be repaired. He'd been looking for a distraction from the mind-numbing events the route afforded. This was as good as any. The scent of violets wafted to his nose, as did the slight intake of her breath. She was close, and the door was nearby, her only escape. If she intended to pass him, devil take it, she did. The brush of her skirts on the tip of his boot and the slight slide of her reticule against his sleeve had his pulse racing and his curiosity climbing. With his reflexes on alert, and honed from years of being one of the king's men, he snaked out a hand and wrapped his fingers around her delicate wrist as she attempted to pass. Her heartbeat raced beneath the thin kid of his glove. "Indulge me in an explanation or four, if you please." "We don't have the time." Sandra also sent Storm-Tossed Rogue. Cute. Got the blurb on the back. Awesome. And The Widow's Maestro. Nice. And plenty of bookmarks. We've got this one for Unlikely Partners series. We've got Unraveled Souls. We have Sandra Sookoo romances where happy endings are as timeless as a good kiss and a great gown. Nice. And we have Kiss Well, Kiss Often, Read Romance, and Start with a Sookoo Story. Cute! And of course, the flower. Thanks, Sandra! Thank you for watching Historical Romance Unboxing with Erica Ridley. More information about today's featured book can be found in the text accompanying this video, as well as on my website, ericaridley.com/unboxing. To win a signed copy of today's featured book, as well as an autographed romance from my Rogues to Riches series, just leave a comment on this video within 24 hours and you're entered to win. Keep reading and see you next time!